This is the Ron Pertee Show.
All right, everybody, here, welcome back. And this is the season 12 premiere. Season
Holy
12.
moly.
Yeah, season 12 of the Ron Pertee Show. And I'm not alone this time. I actually have somebody with me. Well, not with me, or in like a lot of senses of the term. But like, okay, I saw that look on your face. Just be careful.
Internet-wise.
Internet-wise, and podcast-wise.
Yeah.
So I'm not here just rambling on by myself. No one to play off of or play with, whatever. We could be playing dominoes while we're doing this. You don't know that.
I'm checking my fantasy football league right now.
Well, there you go. I hope you don't have Aaron Rodgers.
Nope, I dropped him along.
That's probably a good move. Nate Ford, everybody. Thank you so much. We're actually recording late because you were just at a show.
That's correct. The lounge at the Inn of the Universe texted, "Hey, are you free tonight? Are you available? Are you in town?" I go, I'm in town, and I guess I'm available depending on what you need. And we need somebody to do a show. And I go, okay, cool. So I hopped down. They didn't have a host or feature, so I took both those positions. And the headliner was Travis Nilsson, who's pretty funny. He has a dry bar special. If you want to check him out. But
all right.
It was a fun little weird 14 people audience show.
So it was like the open mics at Rounding Third.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So it's
perfect.
like they're having fun, but they're not vocally showing that to you.
That's the one thing I hated about doing stand-up is when you would go to an open mic, it would be nothing but comedians, and no one laughs at your jokes.
Yeah.
So you don't know what's going on.
Now, but if they did laugh, then you know that joke is solid. Because if it gets a comic's attention, you're doing something right.
And it also ends up leaving your set for theirs. And then they go do it somewhere, and I know how the world works. I know, Dane Cook and Carlos Mencia, and I remember I'm a co-host of a show called Tales from the Podcast, and my co-host was getting pissed off that I was okay with George Lopez being in Blue Beetle, and I said, why? He was okay. He was playing like a stereotypical Mexican, but he was fine. And he's like, no, because he steals jokes all the time. And I'm like, do you mean Carlos Mencia? And he's just like, yeah, basically it's what he said. I'm like, dude, we're live, right? It's like, what the fuck, man? Oh,
no, Carlos Mencia did steal from George Lopez, though, so there is a connection.
There you go. See, there you go. It works out perfect. So what I wanted to talk to everybody real quick about is this is the first episode back. I've been having a lot of health problems, and I'm trying to kind of I had a lot of like mental problems too, like I don't know what I want to do type thing. And then I talked to this motherfucker, and here we are. So apparently this is what I'm supposed to do. And so
a monster.
Yeah, and nobody wants to see Marshall no more. They want Shady. I'm chopped liver. But every episode, every week, we're going to start, and people are hear me out before you get into it. We're going to lead the congregation in prayer, and I've written a message to God. I've written a message to God. So I would like to say first and foremost, dear God. I know we aren't really on speaking terms, especially after the incident, but I swear I thought the note said donkey and butter. I had no idea that the board of Jesus' college was going to be there, but in my defense, who hosts an event like that in Tijuana and doesn't expect some kind of foul act with a donkey? I digress. I'm calling today because I wanted to ask for a favor. Now, I know I don't technically believe in you, but use your divine divinity to watch over the show, because I really think this is the right path with the right people going forward. And thank you for yoga pants. That may be your best invention yet. Amen. So that's amen indeed. That's the thing is women are like, oh, it's great sweatpants season. No, it's yoga pants season.
Yes.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Were there any women at the show tonight in yoga pants?
No, there weren't.
Well, then it wasn't a show. It was just a bunch of sweaty guys.
Yeah, it was definitely just a Sunday night show that, this is happening. those shows like
Ooh,
Friday, Saturday, it's guaranteed to have somewhat of a show, but like a Sunday or Thursday, it's like it's gonna be a hit or miss. Sometimes the misses are okay still, but it's like it's not enough oomph to
right,
get like I'm not gonna my drawer where the gun is still open. The gun's not out, but it's
right,
still open. Like
right.
with a good show, I close the door and lock it,
Yeah,
and then
exactly. And then
but with
you
an
take the little target off the side of your head, and
yeah
you're
yeah
like,
yeah
okay, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay.
yeah.
But now you and I used to hit up rounding third a lot, not together, but we would be there together quite a few times.
Off and
And
on, yeah.
on the Sunday night open mic. Now, did I ever tell you what happened with me and Adonis Jamal on the way up there one time?
Was there what was that the night of like a broken like a flat tire and
Oh, I
there's
wish.
something with that. There was something with that where there was a night where he had a flat. I was me with Brendan. He had a flat tire in the middle of the. I hate to say it, ghetto, but it was the ghetto, and
Yeah, well,
we had to come rescue him. I don't know if that was the case that you were
that was
talking
not the case. Here's what happened. We were heading to rounding third, and we got pulled over because he was going too fast, or he took a wrong turn, or the cops didn't like the way he took the turn, and they were asking him for all sorts of stuff, like we need a thumbprint and we need this and that. And he was being very belligerent, and not like in a violent way, but he was just like, I want to see where it says this in the rule book, blah blah blah. And I thought for the longest time while I'm sitting there, I'm like, he's got a white guy in the passenger seat, things should be okay. you
about. Yeah,
know
right.
you figure, and that's and what's funny about that is they pulled him out of the car, threw him on the ground, and the female cop that was there might as well have come up to me and said, "Hey, would you like a blowjob?" Because and some hors d'oeuvres,
Yeah.
because they treated me super nice. Like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm just like,
Have
what
you
the
been
fuck?
kidnapped?
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's like, have you been kidnapped by a guy that you may very well be darker than? And and they drove me to a restaurant to wait for my dad to come pick me up. And it was, I want to say, the NFC Championship game. And it was Seattle and somebody else. So that's how long ago it was. But I'll never forget it because they treated me like I was royalty because I was white.
That'll be a funny sketch, just like him just
Oh yeah, like
beating
I'm
up.
sitting on, I'm just like, I'm wearing, give me a smoking jacket and a
Yeah,
martini, and they're just beating the hell out of him.
yeah.
And yeah, that's definitely something for Red Letter Media to do because because I've noticed SNL's kind of lost its edge unless like Pete Davidson and his crew are there. I don't know if you watched last night's episode.
I did not.
It was actually really funny.
I'm gonna look back on it, but yeah, I've kind of I gave up on SNL. I really have. It's just, I
The best
mean,
part of it is Weekend Update.
it still is the best part, especially when uh Che writes the jokes for
Oh, they
telling
did that
jokes.
already. They did
Yeah,
that already, and it
yeah.
was so. Oh my god.
It's one of the most brilliant things besides Norm Macdonald on it.
Oh, he was so
But
good on
just
Update.
yeah, so that's probably the only good thing about it that's consistently good with the program. The rest, I mean, it's either they
It's
just
hit
don't
or
want to.
miss.
Yeah, I don't know if they just don't want to. They're in a. They want to offend people, but don't want to offend people. So they're in this pickle. It's like we can get to a line and then stop, and there's no punchline.
Just cross it. Get it over with.
Yeah,
Like I know Pete Davidson came out in the beginning, and he said, he started like genuflecting about what's going on in Israel and with Hamas and everything, and he was like, "Yeah, because when you want somebody to talk genuinely about this, you get me," which is,
yeah, true.
um, but no, his like I know Mike Lawrence, who I'm a big fan of. He was writing on SNL. Dave Sears, who co-wrote King of Staten Island and was one of the writers on Bupkis, which if you haven't watched Bupkis, it's really good.
Yeah.
And he was there, and it was there was like some really funny stuff. And I remember I messaged Dave, and I was like, that Wired autocomplete interview sketch was either you or Lawrence, wasn't it? He's like, no, it was neither of us. I'm like, oh shit, then who wrote that piece of brilliance? Because It can't be anybody else. Maybe Jost or Che wrote it, but it couldn't have been anybody else.
Yeah, maybe
It
just
really
some
couldn't
guy
have.
that came up off from the streets, just got hired. And
Hey
then,
man, I got an idea for a sketch.
yeah. Like sometimes I feel like that's what they do. It's like they make fun of like Family Guy, where the
Doing the
Simpsons had it.
flashbacks or the
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. They made fun of that, and like I feel like that's how NSNL is. It's like they have monkeys in a room and just. I
Yeah,
don't know.
let me. Okay, here we go. I'm not, just knocking my knuckles on the keyboard until something funny happens.
Yeah, I mean,
Ah.
what I hate about it, a lot of the sketches, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, America, is
Calm
that
down, America.
it's just that it has no
Look,
punchlines
listen
anymore.
to my friend talk. Okay. Where the hell did you come from, Donald? Look, I just walked in. I heard there was a golden toilet. Perhaps some strippers that were prostitutes that were going to urinate on me. I need something gold on me. Because remember, whales are being driven crazy by giant fans, and Republicans eat their young.
Yes.
And have you seen him talk about that? When he says that Republicans eat their young, and the teleprompter clearly said Republicans eat their own. It's like, what the fuck, dude? And then he says that Biden's going to get us into World War II because apparently that hasn't happened yet.
I mean, it's not World
Hey,
War.
all of our Jewish friends, you're okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
He,
just.
maybe that was not even a slip. Maybe he was actually no. What they meant to say was young. We eat our young. That's why we stay so proper.
That's why I'm 77 and I look like I'm only 50, and I have the body of a young swimmer from Harvard. I'm 6'3" and 215 pounds. It's like the fuck you are, bitch. You are built like fucking David Pujols.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's a big thing, and you never know who's going to get pissed at you when you say the wrong thing. But I'm a big fan of funny is funny, and that's just the way
That's what I concur.
Well, good. I'm glad that we can speak proper. Like I concur. I concur. Concerned it. Yes. And just want to let everybody know that this is usually going to just be like a half an hour show, because if it goes longer, it's fine. But we're kind of trying to infuse late night into podcasting. And I feel like late night shows need to be a half an hour as opposed to an hour. I think the musical guests are great, but I think that they people stop watching at that point.
Well, it's like I like Joe Rogan. I like those podcasts, but I only listen to like a half hour of it or like skim through it because it's like 4 hours long, and it's like
It's got to be somebody that I'm really, really into.
Yeah.
Like when I listened to the Undertaker one, and I listened to the Kevin Smith one when I was I'm still in my love of Kevin Smith.
I also listened to the Laura Bites one for those deep cut by Milwaukee comedians.
But yeah, I promise you're never going to get bored with this show. That I can promise, because we're not going to go on forever, and it's a half hour of your time unless we have a big guest, and and I'm waiting for the SAG strike to end because I have a bunch of stuff lined up that I can't do because of the SAG strike. But in the meantime, go back and watch my Malum interview. I interviewed the writer, the director, and the star. And that was a lot of fun. And that movie was fucking creepy as shit. Are you into scary movies? I keep forgetting.
It depends.
You look like somebody that people might think you're the killer, but it's really somebody else. Oh, that guy lives out in the woods. I bet you he's killing everybody.
Like I like when it's a good story.
Right.
I don't want to be scared because the music's playing.
Right.
The acting should do that for me. Or
the
if
shitty
it's
script.
funny.
Yeah.
Tell Dale and Tucker.
I was just thinking of Dale and Tucker.
Is when he said the redneck in the woods. Like
yeah.
they weren't the killer. They just
Right. Well, or like
Bumbling around.
Shaun of the Dead kind of started that whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, Return of the Living Dead opened the door for it, but Shaun of the Dead really kind of encapsulated it and did a good job with it. But we are at the halfway point in the show, so I do have to do a live read here, so that ought to be fun. You know, yeah. Are you like me, constantly taking? I'm sorry, I gotta start this over. I'm so sorry, Wrist Mafia. Are you about watches? Are you like me, constantly? Yeah, exactly. Are you like me, constantly looking at your watch, waiting for the minute that your miserable existence comes to a screeching halt? Well, now you can do it in style with Wrist Mafia. Wrist Mafia is a subscription service that sends you a new watch every month, with each watch being worth $100 or more, and that's the MSRP price. So who knows what Kay's Jewelers would charge. So you can save 20% by using the code RON73744. You know, because let's make it easy. That's Ron73744. That's ironically Nate's password on his phone. When you sign up. Yes, and his porn, that's his username. And that's why he's always at the foot fetish stuff. So help your fading existence go out in style with Wrist Mafia by saving 20% with code RON73744. There, see, I did a live read, folks. Look at me. I'm special.
I'm just surprised you have a sponsor.
Well, I mean, they're not like sponsoring shows per se, but it's like, just get this out on your social media. I'm like, how about I just do a live read for it? Yeah, I don't, you know, I'm wasting. Like... I'm wasting my abilities if I do. But so yeah, that's a lot of fun. But we do have some stuff to talk about. Suzanne Summers. We lost Suzanne Summers today. Very shocking. Apparently she died of breast cancer. Her Thigh Master commercials got me through so many lonely nights. And you know that you're not getting anything if a Thigh Master commercial gives you enough energy to create arcing ropes of jism. Right.
Like, I mean, she was on one of my favorite shows of all time.
Step by Step.
Yeah, the good one. I like that.
Yeah.
You know, that was a fun family Friday night with Step by Step and Family Matters and whatever.
I like looking at the daughters now because they're older, and I remember when I would watch them back then. I'm like, wait a minute, how old are they? And now I know they're
Summers.
Her birthday was tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think she was like
she literally
60 something, 70 something, 76. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was looking up. She was born on October 16th.
Yep.
And then died today. It's like,
yeah, just so you guys know, we are recording this ahead of time. This is not live. So if you're like, wait a minute, this is the 17th. What the fuck?
That's right, folks.
We are deceiving you.
No, it's Tuesday. It's already done. She's already had her dead birthday.
Very merry unbirthday.
Jesus. But yeah, just Three's Company was the show that I really enjoyed.
Never heard of it. Never heard. I'm kidding.
Where everything was just a big misunderstanding, you know.
Oh yeah, the big misunderstanding about whether or not Jack was gay or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the 70s, which is like what? Who was your favorite when it comes to Three's Company? Who was your favorite landlord? Was it Furley or was it I can't even remember his name. Roper, yeah. See, that's the thing is Don Knotts came in there and just like took over, and you forget about Mr. Furley or Mr. Roper. God damn it! See.
But John Ritter too. Like, he's also dead. Is the other gal? I don't know her name. I forgot her name.
Joyce DeWitt.
Yeah, is she still around?
I don't know. I'm let me look, because that's what it'd be a shame if we had all these devices in our pockets that gave us all this information and we never used them.
So weird.
I know, right? I always love Wikipedia. You can tell if someone's dead because by the way it starts off, because it says blank is an American, and then if you go to somebody else, was. No, she's still alive. She is 74. Okay. She went to Speedway Senior High School. Now, if you're from Wisconsin, apparently her high school was a convenience store. I don't know. I don't know. And she went to Ball State. That's even funnier. Balls. Who was the other one? The one that ended up being in Priscilla Barnes. She's still alive. She was like the replacement for and she was also in Devil's Rejects.
Huh.
But then if you go back, there was Jenna Lee Harrison.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And she is still alive, and she's only 65. Yeah. She was also on Dallas for 2 years. She was on Three Companies for 2 years, and then Dallas for 2 years. And then she married some guy named Bruce Oppenheim. Apparently, he wasn't rich enough to just pay for the entire name Oppenheimer.
I think he had to get rid of the just because of how things went down.
Of course, yes, of course. It's just that's just
like
how things go.
Or that's one side of the family that came to America that okay,
and they dropped the
Oppenheimer, but nope, this group has to be Oppenheim.
Yes, that sounds about right. Actually, you guys have to.
Can't all be Oppenheimer here.
Yeah, it's like my grandparents that came over on my grandma's side, on my mom's mom. They were Polish, and their last name was Stelman. But if you look up Stelman, there is nothing. But apparently, it was a much longer name that they cut because no one would want to try and say Polish things. I'm like, well, I mean, that's your own problem.
Wasn't it just Stelmanisky then?
Something. It was something. There was some kind of ski at the end, and I'm not talking about the Alps.
Nope.
But it's just man, it's just like everybody that we grew up with are starting to pass, and I know that everybody's gonna die someday. It's not something that I don't acknowledge, but you don't expect it from 76.
Like, I don't want to live until 80. Like, it's just like I've seen how the world is going now, and like 80 just seems very scary to me. But I also have a fear that once I turn like 65 or 70, they'll create something that makes people live forever. Just like they put something in the air, and then then I'm now forced to end my life because I don't want to.
Right? Yeah. So you have to literally have to choke yourself because you can't. Yeah, it's like you put a little like a thing over your face like this, and you're just like, ah. It's like the reverse of sitting in a car and letting it run in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, that's a good happy sentiment.
Yeah,
I was thinking the other day, and I have the weirdest thoughts. It's like if you are questioning whether or not you want to commit suicide, and you have a twin, and you kill the twin, is that like considered a test drive, like at a car dealership? Let's see how I feel about my twin dying.
Oh no. No, it would be, it would actually help with that scenario as if you were a clone.
Oh,
if you had a clone.
Yeah.
Because then it would be you
technically dying.
But not you. Yeah.
You could technically say, I committed suicide. I finished the whole thing. And I lived.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I lived, everyone. Look, you two. Now I'm suddenly Professor Farnsworth on fucking Futurama. Hello, everyone. Jesus Christ. No, it's yeah. Oh man, I don't know. I think a lot about death, and I don't want to, but every time I have a birthday, I'm just like, oh shit, and I'm gonna turn 45 next year. I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for a tube up my ass to see whether or not I have cancer.
Yeah, same here. I'm 44. I'll be 45 in June.
I'm in May. Oh, so yeah. I'm the old man here. I see.
I have the most white hairs, though.
Yeah, I actually had a beard coming in, and I saw a bunch of white hair on the side, and I'm just like, fuck that, and I shaved it off. No, I'm not ready for that. White hair up here, I'm fine with, because the ladies are like, ooh, silver fox. And I'm like, yeah, just wait till I take my pants off, and you're going to be walking the opposite direction. But, hey, that's right. That's right.
The silver bush.
That's right. I was going for the one thing that my audience and my penis have in common is how small they are, but it is what it is. Jeez, making fun of my pubic hair. What kind of a monster are you?
Listen,
Fuck.
for me, like, yes, I have a small audience as well as a small penis, but I have the mindset that I have a huge penis and a huge audience, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, you've got big Nate energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
I never
slinging it full
understood
time.
big dick energy because nobody can see your fucking dick. So how do you? I mean, I don't get it. I guess maybe I'm dumb and I don't get the whole.
It just
I
you carry yourself like you have a big dick, like a swagger,
or
like
maybe I'm just fucking confident that I know how to eat a girl out.
true. Which a lot
I
of people with
mean,
big dicks don't know how. Just
no,
don't
they
know.
don't. And that's another thing is people with big dicks. They're like, I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Once you get the woman in bed, they're like, "Ow, it hurts. Stop." Small dicks, perfect for
Not
anal.
with me. Not with me.
Yeah, right. They're like, "I'm sorry, have you started yet?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are we doing this yet?
yeah. They reach into their cabinet and they pull out a starter pistol. Like, okay, go. I mean, that's just basically. I mean, I don't. Whatever. Fucking weird shit. I tell you. So, what do you have coming up? Do you have anything coming up or?
Just a couple. Well, next weekend.
Advertise yourself, sir.
Next weekend, I'll be in Pasco, Washington, and then Baker City, Oregon.
And what
Friday and
days are those?
Saturday.
That's Friday and Saturday. That's the 20th and 21st.
21st, yep. And
Okay.
then I recently just filmed my comedy special, the 44 Ford special.
Ooh.
We're gonna be doing sometime in November, uh, like a showing of it at a local place with the screen and whatnot. We're trying to
Ooh.
find the venue for that. For those who missed the filming of it, and then it's going to be on YouTube and another website.
YouTube, the new Comedy Central.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of the comics are doing it. I know that a lot of like Amazon takes a percentage of whatever comes through, but it
Right.
has a more spread of an audience.
Right.
But I think you could do the same thing with YouTube and maybe make a little bit of change from it.
True.
But
There are a lot of comedians out there I've never heard of that just kind of show up out of nowhere.
yeah, some of them are
Like
good.
Taylor,
Some of them are
like Taylor Tomlinson.
yeah.
I mean,
She's
to
kind
be
of been
fair,
around for the last 7 years. Yeah.
she's just kind of, but she's like just kind of like popped up out of nowhere. I'm not saying that she hasn't been doing it for a while, but and she pops up a lot in my dreams, but that's a whole other story.
It's like that Matt Rife kid too.
Yeah, that
He's
Matt
actually
Rife.
pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on your day. Sometimes I've had to skip past his reels when I'm going through stuff, but I never skip past her for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Whenever I watch the videos are muted for some reason. I don't get it. I don't know why. Huh.
Yeah.
Weird. What are you gonna do?
Well,
It's
we'll figure it out someday.
We'll figure something out. And if you want to send mail to the show to be read on the air, send it to the ronpertishow@gmail.com. Where can people follow you on socials so they know like where and times and all that kind of stuff for next weekend?
It's pretty simple. It's comic Nate Ford, COMIC NATE on
Hence
Instagram,
the 44 Ford. Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Venmo. If you want to donate to help a
Why would you do that?
starving comic,
Yeah.
for gas money, whatnot.
I do love it when people see people like us and they're like, "You ain't starving." It's like I can definitely be fucking starving and be a portly gentleman.
Exactly.
Know?
Well, good news is I'm losing that.
Hey.
So in 2018, I was 465.
Oh shit!
Right now I'm 245.
Hot damn!
Yeah,
you're 5 pounds lower than what I want to be at.
Yeah, but the sad thing is, only fat people know that you've lost weight. Like nobody's skinny is like you say I lost a bunch of weight. I don't see it. But my fat friends, dude, you lost a lot of weight. Oh, thanks. It doesn't make me feel better.
No, because it's the wrong people acknowledging me. Damn it! I've actually had like skinnier people tell me that they can tell I lost weight, but a lot of the times I didn't lose weight. I just started putting on clothes that fit.
Oh, yeah,
which is a
that's
big thing. A lot of people don't realize, like, if you're heavier and you order from like Big Dog or whatever the fuck it is, not a sponsor, and their shirts are like, you buy the size that you normally wear, and it ends up being twice the size it usually is, and you're walking around like your shirt is actually a dress. And I've actually seen pants that were size 72. It was both impressive and terrifying at the same time, because they had them up on the wall and they were spread out like, hey, look at this. It's like, is there rain coming? Do we need I mean, are we expecting a storm, Moses?
Like, I have shirts in my closet I want to fit into, so it's like goal shirts. That's
Right.
probably a goal for somebody else to get bigger. Like, I could fit in those someday.
One day I'm going to be the size of a small RV. But
Well,
it is what it is.
the new thing I've been doing the last 4 weeks or so, I've been taking semaglutide, which is it's a organic Ozempic type of thing.
Okay.
And so basically, what it's doing, it's chemically changing my brain and stomach communication.
Okay.
Like I like to overeat. That's me. Hello, and but it tells my stomach, oh, I'm full, where I never had that issue before.
Oh.
And also, like, the cravings have gone down immensely, which, coming home from late night from a comedy show, I always want something stupid in my mouth after the show.
And what's his name?
Fred.
Fred Durst.
Limp Biscuit.
Oh.
It was limp.
Not until it went in your mouth.
So yeah, the cravings have gone down, and then full disclosure, I smoke pot. America, judge
what?
Me.
What?
And so the real test is when I get high, like, I can have I can already eat, smoke some pot, and then have munchies a little later on. Now I don't have that.
Oh, so
And
you're just like feeling relaxed, and you don't have Cheeto crumbs on your beard.
Yeah, I'm now enjoying the high for the high.
Well, is it legal where you are? I don't know.
No, it's not. Idaho, no. But
Neither
everywhere
here.
else around
except for Idaho and Wisconsin, it's legal.
Yeah.
My sister lives in Downers Grove, and she's like, "Well, I'm going to the dispensary. Does anybody need anything?" I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, even Utah, Mormons, Utah have dispensaries.
Well, they had to make it legal in Utah because all those people with like the multiple wives, the guy had to be like, I got to calm down before the next one blows me.
The Mormons, they know how to make money. They bought Coca-Cola, which is the weirdest thing.
I'm glad I drink Mountain Dew Zero now. That's all I'll say. And then next you're going to tell me that the fucking Amish own Pepsi, but which would be hilarious. But yeah. So don't forget to check Nate out if you're in Washington and Oregon next weekend. And yep, the 20th and the 21st, it will be phantasmagorical. I don't know if that's a real fucking word, but whatever. We'll make it one. Yeah, we're making it up. And don't forget to go over to I'mUncleRon.com. You can listen to past episodes, and you can see all my bullshit and follow me on social media at I'mUncleRon. I'm also on Twitch. On the 31st, I will be streaming live, and I don't know what I'll be playing, but it's gonna be Ronoween. So you got to come hang out for Ronoween. God damn it! Exactly. So I want to thank everybody for listening, and thank you, Nate, for kicking me in the ass.
You're very welcome.
Although you did make me sit down to do it because you can't get your leg up that high. I am 6'4", but
I kicked you in the knee, told you it was your ass.
Exactly. And you know what? My knee believed it. So, but I want to thank everybody for listening. And Nate, thank you for being here. Obviously, you're going to be here every week unless you're on the road. Are you and Brendan still going out or no?
No.
No? Did you guys have a falling out?
No, we went our separate ways.
Okay. All right. Well, if you guys did have a falling out, you got to talk about it on the show. Anyway, so all right, everybody. Okay. All right. Perfect. Awesome. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Just the first one. So,
that's true. We gotta tease. We gotta just like stick it in a little bit and be like, no, not yet. No, not yet. But all right, everybody, we will see you next week. Thanks for listening, and have yourself a good week, and be nice to yourself. If that means going out and getting something you want to have for dinner, or watching Ryan Keeley on Pornhub, go ahead, because God damn that woman. But all right, well, we'll see you guys next week. Bye bye, everybody.